Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Startup Greece with Stephanos from the SARM project. Welcome, Stephane. We had all sorts of problems. So, the SARM project, please explain yourself. What is this?
In the the SARM project started. The SARM is actually the name of the engine we started developing, and from this engine we created the whole team, and we started working on developing it. And soon enough, we saw that we can actually develop more than the engine. So the name is something like why Google? Why not the SARM project? You know. And what do we do is that we are developing so we are developing technologies. And by the way, I promise you, in the future, if we do any spin-outs, spin-offs, whatever, they will have even more crazier names. And we are technology providers. That means that we are developing technology which we want to license to the industry.
Fair enough.
In order to, because to tell you the truth, to develop your new technology and build it yourself and commercialize it yourself is huge. And in Greece, especially for industrial products and technologies, things are even more difficult than this.
Absolutely.
And if you actually want to see, your technology spread faster, and maybe why not become a trend in the industry, maybe something that you will be able to see in your lifetime to have an awareness and be a standard of the industry, I don't know. You have to license it. You cannot do it yourself, and you cannot be an Apple.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I need to understand. So you said your technology.
What technology is?
Yeah, what are you providing? What's the technology? What are you doing?
So we started with an internal combustion engine that can work with hydrogen and other fuels, modern ones. And we believe this is an excellent, if not ideal, range extender for drones. You can also produce energy with it. I mean, engines are what drives humanity for hundreds of years now. And although we are going for serious reasons towards electrification, it doesn't mean that the internal combustion engines will stop existing in one day or another. And they always have room to grow, something that we already have proven with our technology. But beyond that, we are also...
you were just telling me that you're building also hardware, so internal combustion engines. Most of the people that are listening to us will have many unknown words here. So I am just letting you know that we need to explain some things while we speak about it. So guys, these guys are building internal combustion engines. Why are you doing that? What is the problem that you're solving?
Okay, this is the beginning. I wanted to talk about another technology, but I will go quickly through it.
Yeah, whatever.
The problem that the internal combustion engine, for those who may not know, is the engine that you see in your car, right? Is the engine that is actually using petroleum or gasoline or something like this to move. We saw the opportunity to create an engine that will have much less, even zero emissions. And it will offer all the benefits that an internal combustion engine has without the problematic part of it. And the reason we're going to electrification is because the engines are so bad for the environment, right? Otherwise, they're excellent technologies. They have optimized like crazy for 100 years now, and they can do amazing things.
Absolutely.
But they're bad for the environment, and that's the room we saw. We saw that we can actually eliminate the problem of the internal combustion engine. But the industry is much faster than us. Okay, and we saw an even bigger opportunity with another technology, which is an air compressor. For those who don't know, air compressors are compressing air. They are devices that are squeezing air inside. Yeah, they are squeezing the air so much inside a
tube
canister, let's say, or maybe a bigger anyway. It depends on the application. Yeah. And you use it for various reasons. You will see air compressors in your dentist. you will see air compressors being used in your refrigerators, your air conditioning systems. They're being used in rooms that need air filtering, and they are being used in data centers, in the systems that freezing food in the food industry. You will see them in the oil and gas industry, everywhere. Even in the International Space Station, inside the airplanes, the atmosphere you're having, the air that you're breathing, air compressors are everywhere.
So which is the application that you are working on the most? Because I understand there's many applications, but I know that you're focusing on specific things.
We're focusing on two for specific reasons. The first one is a small application. So we're focusing on aeronautics.
Yeah.
We're developing a very, very small, tiny air compressor, 5 times smaller than the equivalent that is being used right now in the industry. And we are addressing it to the aircrafts for the life support systems. Okay. And then we are developing. They're taking care of the environment inside the cabin of the airplane, the oxygen, everything. And then we are also working on a big model, huge model that is being addressed to the energy industry for energy carrier systems. The reason is that we want to prove it is relatively easy for us to prove into two different, totally with a huge distance between them applications, that it can be used in very small, tiny, but also huge applications at the same time. The work for us is more or less the same.
Okay. So
in the energy industry, let me say, because maybe some people will have a question mark. Yeah. In the energy industry, we're addressing it to the energy carrier systems. They are using the excessive electricity produced by wind farms or solar panel farms in order to compress air. And when these farms are not producing electricity anymore, there's no wind, there's no sun, it releases the air producing excessive electricity. So it can increase the efficiency of the park 10, 20, 30%, depending on the system.
I'm going to ask that a little bit later because I want to understand how you work and how long have you been doing that for?
We started being a company, let's say, in 2017. What we do as a startup is hardware, and hardware is much longer as a process than software.
Absolutely.
You need many months in order. I mean, I will give you an example. Our first prototype for the compressor, it took us 1.5 years to have it. And actually it was useless. And now with metal 3D printing, we can have a prototype in a couple of months, maybe weeks. The first prototype costed 30,000 euros. Now we can have it with 5,000 euros. Yeah, technology is helping in many ways. Imagine what AI will do, for example.
Right now, if I asked, what are the services or products that you have put out there? And who
in the market?
They attracting? Yes.
In the market. I will not answer.
So if
why? Ask me why.
wait. If I'm a client and I want to buy your product or service, what am I gonna do?
You can't do anything. Because we're still in TRL 4, that means that TRL means technology readiness level.
Yeah.
And that means that our prototypes are being finally tested in labs, in the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki lab. But in order to be able to... Yeah?
Which lab, if I may?
LAT, L-A-T.
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 I heard lab. They're excellent
people, amazing scientists. The professor is, without their help, we wouldn't be able to do half what we did.
Which department in the Aristotle University?
Mechanical engineering. Now listen, engineers don't like me very well. And I have a huge problem, dealing with them. So I started Krav Maga last summer. I think I told you that beforehand. So I have I cannot go in front of the Aristotle University. I'm waiting for riots to happen in order to be able to do some work. The thing is that the R&D part is all being done from our engineers. They're based in Thessaloniki, all of the team. I'm based in Athens because they don't like me, so they had to keep
so you had to
fairly big distance. Okay. Yeah, I had to be away from them, keep away.
Makes sense.
And yeah, it does make sense for them also.
So and, when your product is ready, who is going to be your main customer target?
Okay, so to give some the concept behind the context behind all of this thing, are you okay?
I'm okay. Yeah, girls' issues. It's okay.
We are at TRL 4. Okay, in order to be able to license, you have to be at TRL 7. In order to be out in the market, you need to be at TRL 9. Okay, when we are at TRL 7, we will address our technologies to the manufacturers. Instead of manufacturing these things ourselves, we will go directly to them. This is a practice actually which is very common in every industry. All of companies either license technologies or buy other companies who have developed new technologies.
True, yeah.
And yeah, we believe we know that there is a very good prospect out there. You want me to go directly to the strong parts of our technology, or skip it for other questions first?
I would like to stay to the most understandable from our audience.
Yeah.
So
yes. They know more than us, by the way.
Our audience.
Yeah, for sure.
I really do want to understand what sets you apart. So for me, the most technical aspect is not that much of a priority to understand, as much as what you offer or what you're planning to offer that is not being offered, and how you're differentiating, because this is what we want to promote in any way possible. So that's
of course. So every startup, in order to differentiate itself, it has to be either a better technology or a cheaper technology. Basically, it's this, right? We are addressing more the better technology part, but we have the luxury, because we are a small team and we have the tools to do it, we have the luxury, if needed, to also be a cheaper option. Actually, it is within what we offer, right? I mean, we have a much simpler and smaller mechanism to do the same thing. And by default, this means that it will be a cheaper choice.
Yeah, I want to stick to the importance of something being more affordable does not mean that it's not of that good quality. On the contrary, the fact that something is more affordable maybe means that the technology behind it is just more approachable for the current
less sophisticated
scheme. Pardon?
Maybe less sophisticated, right? Or you wanted to say something else?
No. I wanted to point out that usually when people or generally companies hear the word affordable, simultaneously they connect it with something of lesser value. That's not the case. When something is more affordable, to me at this stage, it means that it is utilizing as much as possible the current technologies and the current scientific literature in order to provide a better product, faster and less expensive. So let's not connect the affordability with the quality of your product. That's what I'm planning to say.
Yeah, I didn't want to do this to connect them. I just wanted to.
People just do that in their minds.
Okay.
So that's why I'm just.
Yeah.
I'm just doing the disclaimers.
In general, in life, price does play a lot of role, a huge role in everyone's decision. The cost, because actually money is fuel. That's all. Money is just fuel. And the more fuel you have, the more miles you can cover, let's say. And the less fuel you have, you have to make decisions and combine things and, try to make the best of the available fuel you're having. Okay?
Exactly.
Especially when you're talking of B2B businesses. Yeah. All of your customers, when they're businesses, you have to go through a huge decision-making process from their side in order to make to be able to make the best use of their fuel.
Absolutely. And now that we're talking about B2B, I understand that your model is B2B, and I understand that you want to attract big customers working in the industries of interest like oil and gas or energy, exactly. So
space, defense, you can.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. So what would be your, let's say, main avatar? Who would you attract? Who would you want to attract as a customer as soon as it goes out?
We are in the beginning, let's say, so every customer is sent from God, to tell you the truth, so we don't have the luxury of choosing. If it is easier for us to communicate with small, medium businesses, and through them we will learn much more things. Mm-hmm. But we are looking forward to the moment that we will be able to also talk with big corporations, mm-hmm. which means that actually our technology will spread faster and wider. This is the dream, to tell you the truth. We don't do it in order to make money. You don't do a company that takes you decades to be able to enter a market in order to make money. You do smaller stuff to make money faster, you know? We do it because we really want to see, all of them are engineers. Engineers are a very special, wonderful breed of humans, and they are working and they are focused on efficiency. They want to make the best out of it. They're bullish about it. And what they do is, you know, the work of their life every time. And I really respect it. I'm inspired by it. They're wonderful people. You won't understand their engineers when you first see them. You have to live with, you know, work with them to understand it. You know. Anyway, and but what we do is actually we want to change things. We want to create something that makes sense, real sense, that has a real merit, and to see it go out there. My job as a non-engineer is to be able to identify the best applications for their work. Mm-hmm. Okay, so maybe someone developed a mechanism having in mind a refrigerator. And mm-hmm. I'm here to say to them, you know what? Your mechanism seems great for an airplane. Let's go check this out.
Absolutely.
Why? Because...
Absolutely. And this is a huge important role to have in a team, because you are able to see maybe a completely different thing that they probably have in mind. But from my perspective, all of these things need to have the monetization as an aspect, because
yes, of course.
This is a very, very, very challenging industry, and it's a market that has been here forever, and it's going to be here forever, because energy is the thing that rules it all. Thus, I would like you to tell me a little bit more about which are the current market trends in the industry right now, because I'm not very aware of the current situation. Mm-hmm. I know that it's always the main point, the main topic of conversation, but how are other companies competing in this industry? Doing the relatively same things as you or not? What is the competition? What's the market?
I will give you two numbers. The first number is 20% is the energy consumed globally for air compression works. So globally, the entire humanity is spending 20% of the energy spent in order to compress air. Okay. Another number is 88%. Okay, 88% is the actual cost that an air compressor user is paying for maintenance and electricity consumption. Mm-hmm. Actually, I said a stupid thing. Let me rephrase it. Okay. So from the total cost, from the total investment someone will make in order to operate an air compressor, to buy, use, and maintain it, 88% of it is maintenance and electricity consumption. Okay. These two numbers we are here to fix. Mm-hmm. Okay, offering a technology that will be able to lower the energy consumption of an air compressor is both good for the 20% that I talked about earlier, good for the environment, and also good for the 88% cost for the owner, good for his pocket. Yeah?
Yeah.
So we are offering a technology that will do what air compressors are currently doing, but it will use less energy and it will cost less, both to buy and maintain it. And he will keep it even, or she will keep it even longer. Now, the competition. Like internal combustion engines, air compressors are an old technology. Through the years, it has been developed in many ways. Currently, we have 7 different approaches, technological approaches to compressing air. 7 different ways. Each one of them has its merits and its, let's say, problems, okay? So its technology was developed in order to address a specific problem. All of these different technologies have differences between them. None of them is ideal. None of them is perfect.
Yeah.
And here we are with a new technology, which is actually covering all of the merits, but also problems from other technologies.
Okay.
Why? Because we had the luxury to be able to review all of them, understand their weaknesses, see their strong points, see how to fix them. Actually, we didn't do that exactly this way, but we found a much simpler mechanism that solves the problems of other mechanisms and offers a much better efficiency. 94%. Those who know will understand.
Those who know will probably understand more than I do.
Yeah.
But it's understandable that you have a competitive advantage in 2 aspects of this specific thing. And the thing is, are other people trying to do the thing that you're doing? And maybe directly or indirectly, are they addressing the same issue? People meaning...
To tell you the truth, yeah. All of air compressor manufacturers are optimizing the technologies they're working with in order to be able to either meet with specific environmental regulations or solve a technical problem. Air compressors are used in space, right? They're used in the rockets we're sending. They're used in the International Space Station. Imagine that they're using an old technology developed in such a way, optimized in such a way to be able to do extraordinary things and work with minimum electricity requirements. And when it comes to startups, we have identified a couple right now globally. We have little idea of what's going on in China and Russia. Although China, to tell you the truth, is now by far the #1 patent owner globally. By far, it's ridiculous what they did. It's amazing. And no one knows where their technology is. It's incredible right now. When it comes to the West, we have every company that is developing an air compressor or even an engine, and there are companies, small companies that are developing their own types of engines. They're also developing their own type of air compressor. Compared to them, we're still on top, and that's very good. Yeah, but it's also a race. It's not only a matter of I did it and that's it, I'm sleeping now.
It's also a matter of resources. So in order to pardon me, in order to create hardware technology like that, you need to be able to have availability of resources, and the one that has the most is the one that usually is further in the race. So at this point, I forgot to ask you, are you currently bootstrapping? Are you raising? Are you searching for funds? Have you been funded? How is this?
When we started, we had the concept idea, and as you can understand, the questions around it were many, and also we were rookies, so we didn't know if we talked too much, someone would easily be able to do what we're trying to do. We decided to go through the process of finding this thing ourselves in order to reach the lab tests. Now that we have the lab tests, we don't need to prove by explaining. We say, here it is, the technology is there, it's producing this type of a number, so now let's talk about other things. We don't need to prove it to them anymore. Now we are ready to go out there and look for money, but we are looking for not money. We're looking for investors who will also be able to support us in more than financing us. Open doors for us, create a network for us.
Maybe some kinds of working, some kinds of consultation.
Exactly. Give us goals directions. I mean, something more valuable than money. Money you can spend very easily. Anyone can do it, and actually reach zero. You need goals. You need understanding.
So you're probably more interested into mentorship at this point rather than.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
Mentorship will always be useful. Yeah.
Mentorship and networking, resources for sure. Probably some strategic planning with regards to the business development, which is also important from some point on.
Oh my God. My chair is trembling right now. No, I'm kidding. Yes, true. True everywhere. Every aspect of what we do, we need, and we would love to be able to talk with people more experienced than us, who already have been through this path, maybe, I don't know, who know the industries that we're addressing to, and who will be able to tell us what they need from us. What we say to people is, I don't want to convince you about anything. Just tell me what you want. I'm going to get back when I have it. That's it.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense. Okay, so what are the next steps for you? So how is the next year or a couple of years planned?
So we have, as I told you, we have, actually, I didn't elaborate too much about it. We have adopted crazy new technologies, amazing ones, like metal 3D printing, like a digital twin. I don't know if you want me to elaborate more about what these are.
A little bit.
It would be interesting, maybe, for the audience.
Just a little bit.
So, very quickly, the digital twin means that you have a digital exact copy of what you have in real life. And you will be able to use it in order to understand the behavior of your physical object in the future.
Okay.
So you will be able to understand if something will go wrong after 3 months of operation, or something will go wrong because you did something wrong in this design, or maybe you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
So you actually are able to understand much faster what to expect and how to resolve this. This is very, very simplistically. Really, if someone knows about this thing,
it's a simplistic
maybe he will start shooting at that.
I understand
it's a simplistic approach.
Yeah.
Okay. The 3D printing now, I guess the 3D printing is something that everyone knows by now. I don't have to explain it too much, but what we do is metal 3D printing. It's not plastic anymore.
Yeah.
You use metal parts. It's amazing technology.
It is amazing technology indeed. The prototypes that you can build with it, very valuable for you at this point. Okay, so I would like to know.
That's it, we're done?
I would like to know a little bit more about the team. I understand that you have right now 4 or 3 engineers.
The team is the core team. We are 5 people. 4 of them are engineers and 1 human being, me.
Okay. So 4 crazy people and 1.
No, not crazy. They're not crazy. They're engineers.
They're amazing creatures.
Like demigods of some sort. So you don't understand them. So
I totally agree with you. I'm fascinated by the species.
And then we are surrounded by other external support. A lot of students, okay, who are doing their work with us 3 months, 6 months, internships. Yes, yeah. And they're being really hard trained by us in all of the equipment and software that they will use in any industry they will choose to go afterwards.
Perfect.
Through that we are able, through that we are also able to identify the people that we will be able to reach out to. The moment we have the money, we will be able to give them and stay with us. Being an engineer is something that actually gives you a lot of choices, especially abroad, for great salaries, great future, amazing companies. So it's difficult to tell to someone who is an engineer, a good engineer, stay here with me, unless you are able to give them something meaningful.
Absolutely.
Not only money.
You're going to be able to maintain talent, I'm sure, for that. I want to know,
we will use every method
possible.
We can, possible,
You should. Okay.
There is no limit. No limit.
So are you planning on growing the team and attracting talent in the next couple of years or maybe 1 year, so that we can ask for people to contact us for that?
Within the next I cannot say for sure. It all depends. I mean, we're doing a lot of things right now. We're talking with investors. We're planning new projects. I cannot say within the next 3 months or 1 year, to tell you the truth. But yes, I believe that in 2025, our team, our permanent team, full-time people working for this thing will be around 20 or 30. This is our goal, you know? I hope we'll be able to do it so fast. Yeah.
Okay.
And to tell you the truth, based on experience, a technology company like ours should be able to work perfectly in 3 or 4 different products with 60 or 70% people. This is the total thing. You know, all of them engineers, though. You know, you don't have unskilled workforce in this thing.
You definitely need to incorporate some marketings and sales as time goes by, but after the product is out and you have something feasible.
Around TRL7.
Yeah, exactly.
Around TRL7 is when we will start building our marketing and sales part of the team.
Perfect. Okay. So before we wrap it up, is there anything that you would like to tell me with regards to the project and the vision behind it that speaks to your heart and you want to share?
Yeah, the only I know before closing, the only thing I want to repeat is, you know, we do what we love. We don't do something because we just found an opportunity that no one else found or something like this. And we are surrounded by people who do the same thing. And we believe this is the only thing that keeps you. Because life is difficult and your personal life sometimes will be a burden. And unless you do something you really love, you won't be able to do it long term.
Yeah, you're gonna quit.
That's it.
That's true.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so as we wrap up, I want to make the usual call to action to everyone out there having listened to our episode. Thank you for listening to this episode. So yes, just contact us. You can contact Stephanos from LinkedIn and me via literally any social media platform.